Alright guys, so we know that recoiling moves kind of suck, just because they do a lot of damage to our Pokemon. Because if we look at Wild Charge, basically Luxray is going to be taking 20% of the damage dealt to himself. So like if you were to do like 6,000 damage, for example, he's going to be taking 20% of that 6,000 damage and hurting himself with that. That's a lot of damage, and a lot of the times, if you were to do like 6,000 damage, for example, Luxray is easily going to be under like 30% HP, and if you were to do another Wild Charge, Luxray is going to faint. So it does suck, but the plus side with Luxray, he does have Thunderfang, which is actually a good secondary move for him, and a lot of people would actually be using this as a main for Luxray, because a lot of the times it's probably going to be benefiting you a little bit more just because you have a chance of paralyzing the target along with flinching them. So like the secondary effects for Thunderfang is much better, and you're probably going to be benefiting off of that. But if Wild Charge had a control on the recoil, then of course it would be better. But like when you have him 3 out of 5 in the grid, of course, he does a little bit of healing, and he does knock off a little bit more percentage from that. So, like, you're going to be taking 15% instead of 20, but it still does suck. So, like, if we go into the battle, we could actually just take a look at this as well, and I'll talk over it. But like, one of the thing, like, the thing I'd like to see a change for these recoil moves, because there's a lot of Pokemon that actually do have recoil moves. So, like, one of the things I'd actually really like to see is where the Pokemon could actually stay at 1 HP. So like if you were to just like if you want to just spam like the recoil moves, then you can. Like the only downside is you're gonna be stuck at 1 HP, but being stuck at 1 HP is much better than just dying after 2 wild charges. Look at that. Like, we lost so much HP, and we only did like 2,000 damage, 1,000 damage. Like, look how much we're losing. It's insane. And then if we were to go for another wild charge, we're gonna faint over here. Well, if what's it called? If electric train was still up, we would have died for sure. But let's go in with the sync move, and then we're going for our final wild charge. Because obviously Luxray is actually gonna faint. I think he's gonna knock us out here. But yeah, if Latios did not knock us out, Luxray would have fainted. But like one of the updates that I want to see, like I really want to see this update to recoil moves, is where we can stay at 1 HP. Like even Charizard has a recoil move. Like when he Mega Evolves, he has Flare Blitz, and that's a recoil move over here as well. The user also takes 25% of the damage dealt to the target as to himself. So Charizard is one of these Pokemon, and we know how hard Charizard could hit. So this guy is going to be like under 20 HP or 20% HP, like after like 1 or 2 Flare Blitz. So like we could check that out. I don't have a proper build for Charizard right now for Flare Blitz, but I'm definitely not going to do that because I hate recoil moves in this game. Like in the main series games, recoil moves are a little bit better. But with how this game is built with the boss Pokemon and all these other Pokemon with over like 4,000 HP at times as well, like in the Legendary Arena, obviously they're gonna have a bunch of HP, so it is gonna suck. So let's get to Mega Evolution with Charizard, and then we could start going in with Flare Blitz. And like it does suck massively. Like, and if they were to do that change with these Pokemon, it would actually make a lot of these Pokemon more usable. Like for example, if you like to use Rampardos, and you want to use Head Charge or Head Bash, I totally forget the name of that, but if you want to use Rampardos, at least you can, because he's going to be more usable, because he's not going to die after 2 Head Smashes, or I think it's Head Smash. Like he's not going to die after 2 Head Smashes. So like if you were to stay on 1 HP, of course all these Pokemon are gonna like look at that one. That's crazy. After 1, and then you just fainted like that. See, that's a problem. If we had the fix with these recoil moves, Charizard would have been alive here, and we could have just spammed Flare Blitz as well. Like we could have just continued. Now, of course, having like AoE attacks on us is gonna suck, because Like, we're gonna be at 1 HP, so of course anything could knock us out. Like, even just blowing a kiss at us, so we're gonna get knocked out. So, like, it does suck. So, like, if we were to have that change, so like Mega Charizard, and over here, the user also takes 25% of the damage to it dealt to the target. And then after that, it could also be like, it could stay at 1 HP. It can endure 1 HP until it gets hit or something like that. And it would be much better, because like, if you know that they're about to use an AoE move, like if you've gone through the fight multiple times and you know what kind of Pokemons use AoE and stuff like that, then you can sort of time when that's gonna happen, and heal up the Pokemon so that they could survive the sync move or some of the AoE attacks, depending. And then you could just continue going with the recoil move, because a lot of these Pokemon have their main attack as a recoil move, so it's gonna suck for them. Like, for example, Rampardos, one of the Pokemons I've also mentioned already. Like, we could look at his kit. So where is he? Where's Rampardos? Right over here. Like, we could look at him. Smackdown does absolutely nothing, and it has no additional effects. And then of course when he's at 5 stars, of course, like, well, he's at 5 out of 5, but when he's at 5 stars, this might be a little bit stronger as well. But it's not going to be like something you're going to want to rely on. But then when you look at Head Smash, it does 225 base power. That's 225 base power, and it's a 33% recoil. That is insane. That's insane. That's way more than Charizard. And it has a really high base power as well. And when he's at 5 out of 5, or 5 stars, he's gonna be over 400 HP. Not 400 HP. He's gonna be at like just about 400 physical attacks. So Head Smash is gonna be doing a lot of damage. So if these Pokemon can survive 1 HP, even when they use their recoil moves, it's gonna make them more viable, and it's gonna make them more usable. Cause I want to use Rampardos so much, cause I really like Roarky, or Rourke, Roarky. I really do like Rourke and Rampardos, but it does suck that the recoil move has an insane percentage for the damage that they're going to be taking off of their own. Like, Rampardos, 6,000 damage, and then doing 33% of that 6,000 damage to himself. That's a lot of damage. Like, no recoil Pokemon is going to be surviving that. So I definitely want to see something changed with the recoil moves in 2021. Because it's going to make more teams better. And you're going to be able to run more teams. Because, like, these recoil moves, they just absolutely suck in these games. Like, we're still gonna have a side effect, of course. We're gonna be stuck at 1 HP, so like, if a Pokemon randomly decides to target us, or AoE moves, like if they just randomly throw in an AoE move, then of course we're gonna get knocked out. But with strategy and everything, you could plan that, and you could avoid that, and these Pokemon could survive. And these recoil Pokemon do have a lot of HP because of that side effect of the recoil damage done to them. They can survive quite a bit of stuff if you plan everything properly. And with a lot of healers in the game now, and then with the regen and everything, like, you could definitely do quite a bit of stuff with these recoil Pokemon. Because like, when you know they're about to use a sync move, you could do X regen all. And then you could start using, like, Smackdown, for example, get a little bit of HP, and then put up a potion, get all that HP back, survive the sync move, and then start going in with Head Smash again, and then do it over and over and over again. So that, honestly, that is what I'd really want to see. Even, like, there's other Pokemon that have that as well. I think, no, Infernape doesn't have that. He has Fire Blast and Fire Punch. Who else has that? I know, what's her name? Hilda and Emboar. They have that. They have Flare Blitz, and they have 25% recoil. Charizard has that. We know that. Who else has that? The infamous Zebstrika. They're really good after their grid expansion, of course, but they still have the recoil effect, which does suck. And they do have healing on their passive, so it's not much of a problem for them. But like, when you run out of electrifying, like, of course that's going to be a little bit of a problem, of course. And then, like, same pairs, like, with the Brave Bird. Do any flying types have Brave Bird, actually? No, this guy has Beak Blast, which actually does suck. It's annoying. It's like one of those 2-turn moves. I don't like that. And it's only 90 base power, which is stupid. Who Who else has these recoil moves? Who? Oh yeah, like body slam and stuff like that. Double edge, yeah, this guy right here. This guy would be more viable if he didn't have that. Like, body slam is fine, I guess, but like, he's okay. He's very slow, but like, the point is like, Pokemon that have recoil moves, I think they should be able to endure 1 HP every time they use a recoil move. Because then it'll make them more usable. Because right now, a lot of people tend to avoid using Pokemon with recoil moves, and it's just not fun when you just see your Pokemon die after using one attack. Like we saw with Charizard, like he died after one Flare Blitz. That is not fun. When you see that happen to you, it's just like, yeah, let me just close the game and let me just go do something else with my life. Honestly, like it's just not fun. So honestly, I really want to see that happen. If you guys feel the same way, definitely let me know down in the comments. If you don't want it to be 1 HP, let me know what other sort of way we can sort of fix the recoil moves. Because not everybody wants to have their Charizard as a blast or a special attacker, even though that's like their best like build. Because they have an AoE move like Heat Wave, and then they got like a very strong special attack for that. Same with Flare Blitz. Like, I mean, Flare Blitz is fine, and the recoil though, it does suck. But overall, like with Charizard, you're just gonna want to run like the special build regardless, just because of the AoE on his Heat Wave and like the very strong Blast Burn. So Charizard is not really taking effect into that, just because you're most likely going to be running him at a special attacker. But still, like he does have a recoil move, so like it is going to affect him, and these other Pokemon as well. Like I love using Luxray, but I can't have his full potential out there just because he's gonna die after 1 or 2 wild charges in electric terrain. So it does suck. But let me know what you guys think. I feel this is something that should get changed. It's not gonna break the game. It's definitely not. It's PvE, and even like if they do add player versus player, surviving by 1 hit point every time you use a recoil move, it's not gonna break the game anyways. Because like you could just use an attack and then they're gonna die after like a feather gets touched on them. So it's like it's not gonna break the game. If anything, it's gonna require a little bit more strategy on planning on when to heal and everything as well. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, but that's gonna be it for the video. Today might actually just be one video, just because I got a lot of stuff I need to do today again. So. But like I said, let me know what you guys think. I think this is something that they should do. It is annoying for sure. But cause like we need more options. Like I keep saying, we need more options, and having this kind of effect for recoil moves, it would help as well and make more options for teams. But anyways, that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.